Hello viewers, in this video I will be discussing the detailed solution to questions from subject electromagnetic fields that came in GATE 2025 electrical engineering. So basically 3 questions came from electromagnetic fields, 1 of 1 mark and 2 of 2 marks, total 5 marks, which were of easy to moderate level again. So in this video I will be discussing the detailed solution to the question number 25 of 1 mark MCQ type that came in GATE 2025 electrical engineering from the subject electromagnetic fields, and the question goes like, which one of the following figures represents the radial electric field distribution ER caused by a spherical cloud of electrons with a volume charge density rho equal to minus 3 rho naught for R greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to A. Both A, rho naught A are positive and R is the radial distance, and rho equal to 0 for R greater than A. Options are given as A figure 1, B figure 2, C figure 3 and D figure 4. 4 figures are given which represent the radial electric field distribution. Let's move to solution to this question. Let's derive the expression for electric field distribution by Gauss's law. So for spherical cloud of electrons, so like this, say, okay. The distance, say, capital, and this is the maximum, capital A, right? Let's say this is the Gaussian surface. Case 1 is rho and R greater than 0 and less than A. Okay? Okay. So if you apply Gauss law for this Gaussian surface, applying Gauss law over this yields what? Let's see. Okay. The area integration of the surface area E dot ds equal to Q enclosed by epsilon naught. Now Q enclosed is given by what? The volume integration of the volume charge density 1 by epsilon naught integration rho v dv over v. Now for this case rho is a constant. So it becomes 1 by epsilon naught times minus 3 rho naught integration dv, that is the volume of this sphere. What is that? 4 by 3 pi r cube. And here what we have? E dot ds is considering the electric field on the surface to be same everywhere over the Gaussian surface. So it goes down to 4 pi r. So that is the surface area, outer surface area of the spherical surface, Gaussian surface. So if we equate these two, right. So it becomes minus rho naught by epsilon naught times 4 pi r cube. So 4 pi cancel, r cube comes first, so r remains. So we are left with epsilon r equal to minus rho naught r by epsilon naught for 0 greater than r less than a. Okay. So basically what will this? This is a equation of a straight line with a slope of minus rho naught by epsilon naught. It is like this. If we draw epsilon naught versus epsilon ER versus R, the straight line having a slope of minus rho naught by epsilon or something like this, such that R equal to A, it will be equal to, if you put R equal to A, it will be minus rho naught E by epsilon naught. So it will be minus rho naught E by epsilon naught. And for, so from the options only you can eliminate, option से हम निकाल सकते हैं option the figure 3 that is option C के साथ जा रहा है. And for r greater than a as the volume charge means 0, that there is the no charge, right? For r greater than 0, let's do it somewhere else. Yeah, let's do it. For r greater than a, applying Gauss's law, say let's take this Gaussian surface r greater than a, so r greater than a, so it will be ER into 4 pi r square, that is the surface area of this Gaussian surface, equal to the constant at this value only, the charge, right? Charge will constant at this value, it is minus rho naught epsilon naught into 4 pi a cube, replacing r by a, right? Four by gets cancelled and we will left with ER equal to minus rho naught a cube upon epsilon naught times r square. So this is the equation for r greater than a, minus rho naught a cube by epsilon naught r square. If you put r equal to a over here, then what will we get? Same, this factor, minus rho naught a by epsilon naught. So after this, you can see that there is an increase because it is negative. So it will, at r tends to infinity, this will go to 0, and at r equal to a, this is minus rho naught a by epsilon naught, which is negative. So we gradually increase to 0, and is proportional to minus 1 by r square, something like this. From 0 to a, it is decreasing linearly, as you can see here. And for r greater than a, it will increase exponentially, not exponentially, with a factor of 1 by r square, that is inverse square proportionality. And the variation will be something like this graph. So that's the option figure 3, that is option C. Hope the solution is clear. I have explained the solution in great detail with all detailed steps and explanation. So that's all for the solution. Thank you. Hello viewers, moving on to the next question in this series of GATE 2025 electrical installation subject electromagnetic fields. This question is question number 15, the master question of GATE 2025 electrical installation subject electromagnetic fields of 2 marks, MCQ type, and it's based on parallel spherical capacitors, basically cylindrical capacitors, sorry. And the question goes like, an air-filled cylindrical capacitor capacitance C naught of length L with A and B as its inner and outer radii respectively consists of 2 coaxial conducting surfaces. Its cross-sectional view is shown in figure 1. In order to increase the capacitance, a dielectric material of relative permittivity epsilon r is inserted inside 50% of the annular region as shown in figure 2. The value of epsilon r for which the capacitance of the capacitor in figure 2 becomes 5 C naught. Figure 1. This is figure. Okay, quite clear the diagram. The board, whiteboard. So basically, it's 2 cylindrical capacitors are given. The configuration is shown. Right. In this move the solution to this question. So in the first case, the capacitance is given by okay, that capacitance, as we all know, is a function of this area. Okay, function of epsilon A by D for the parallel plate capacitors, but in the cylindrical capacitors it is basically what? It is a function of the area, directly proportional to the area, right? So area, this area, the annular area. Okay. The first is what is C naught? C naught is the capacitance between these two spherical capacitor shells. It forms a capacitance, na? This capacitance. C naught, what is it? 2 pi epsilon naught let's not calculate C naught. We can calculate C naught also, but it is not required. जरूरत नहीं है. तो C naught, what you can say is directly proportional to this area. Let's say this area is A. And epsilon naught, because epsilon is the permittivity of free space that is forming the capacitance. Okay. If this area is entirely is A, in the second figure, what we have, this is A by 2, this is A by 2. This is again radius A, this is B. Okay, now in this time we have these two capacitors are in parallel, as you can see. Voltage across them is same, so these are in parallel. This part and this part. This part and this part in parallel. So the equivalent capacitance becomes what? Let's say C. It becomes, for this part it is epsilon naught. Permittivity is epsilon naught. This space is there. So epsilon naught is proportional to epsilon naught A by 2 plus epsilon naught epsilon r for this part. The permittivity is epsilon naught epsilon r into A by 2. Let's say there is some constant of proportionality K. You can find it out, but not required. Again, यहाँ पे जरूरत नहीं है. Here it becomes K by 2 A into epsilon naught into epsilon naught plus 1. So it is nicely. Epsilon naught into epsilon naught plus 1. Right? आ रहा है कि नहीं? ठीक है? C naught. Now if you take the ratio of C by C naught, what it should be equal to 5 C naught. It is 5. It is required. Right? To take the ratio, K gets cancelled. Let's take the ratio. K by 2 into epsilon naught into epsilon naught plus 1. That is the value of C. Expression of C. Expression of C naught is K times epsilon naught A. This should be equal to 5. Epsilon naught cancels, K cancels, A cancels. So what you are left with? क्या बचा? Epsilon naught plus 1 by 2 equal to 5. So epsilon naught plus 1 equal to 10. ठीक है? We are left with epsilon r equal to 9. So for relative permittivity of 9, epsilon equal to 9, the capacitance of this capacitor after inserting the dielectric material will be 5 C naught. So the correct answer for this question is 9. That is option C. I hope the solution is clear. I have explained the detailed steps and the approach to solve this question, starting from the very basics of finding the capacitance for any cylindrical capacitor. First air filled and then filled with dielectric to increase the capacitance. To obtain the answer is option C 9. Hope the solution is clear and comprehensible. If you still have any doubts or queries for this simple solution, Please feel free to ask in the comments. And that's all for the solution to this question. Thank you. Hello viewers, moving on to the next question in the series of GATE 2025 electrical solutions from subject electromagnetic fields. Question number 51 in the master question paper GATE 2025 electrical engineering from subject electromagnetic fields. It is of 2 marks, MSQ type, from spherical coordinate system, divergence of radial vector field. So in the question is given that let R with the unit radial vector in the spherical coordinate system for which of the following values of n the divergence of the radial vector field f of r equal to AR unit vector by r to the power n is independent of r. Options are given as A minus 2, B minus 1, C 1 and D 2. Let's move on to solution to this question. Pretty formula based basically. So let's basically the divergence of the radial vector field. In the spherical coordinate system, the divergence in the radial direction it is given by 1 by r square del r of r square. R square into the radial component. Radial component is 1 by r to the power n. So it is 1 by r to the power n. You have to memorize or remember the formula. रिकॉल द फार्मूला इन दिस केस. कोई और उपाय नहीं है, याद ही रखना पड़ेगा फार्मूला. डिट फार्मूला बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है तो कुछ कर नहीं सकते, इसमें फार्मूला अप्लाई करके हमको नहीं करना है. तो ये क्या हो जाएगा 1 बाई आर स्क्वायर तो 1 बाई आर स्क्वायर रह जाएगा डेल डेल आर ऑफ आर टू द पावर 2 माइनस लिख सकते हैं इसको. ठीक है, राइट. So it will be what 1 by r square. You have to find the differentiation, basically derivative. Minus n r to the power 2 minus n minus 1, right? R square is already in the numerator, so basically if we simplify it you obtain क्या मिलता है हम लोग को देख लेते हैं. इसको सिंप्लीफाई करने से इसको क्या मिल जाएगा, 2 और 2 कैंसिल हो जाएगा यहाँ से, तो we will be left with 2 minus n r to the power minus of n plus 1. This will be independent of n if independent होने के लिए क्या होना पड़ेगा. एक तो हो सकता है n equal to 2, मतलब ये टाइम अगर वैनिश हो जाएगा, in that case it will be 0. That is also independent of n r, sorry, independent of r. So if n equal to 2, this will vanish, the difference will be 0. So in that case also it is independent of r. Otherwise, if this power is 0, it is n plus 1 equal to 0 or n equal to minus 1. n equal to minus 1 केस में क्या हो जाएगा, सिंपली ये हो जाएगा क्या हो जाएगा बेसिकली बताइए. हो जाएगा क्या, n की जगह माइनस 1 रख देंगे तो ये वैनिश हो जाएगा, r टू द पावर 1 हो जाएगा, माइनस 1 रख देंगे तो 3 हो जाएगा. सो दिस इज आल्सो इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ r, right? If n equal to 2, this vanishes, so divergence is 0. That is independent of r. And if n equal to r equal to minus 1, you will get divergence is 3. That is also independent of r. So the two values of n that are satisfying, that are making the divergence of the radial vector field independent of r are 2 and minus 1. So it's options D and option B. So right answers for this question are options B and D. It is a multiple select question having more than one correct answer. So accordingly we have got options B and D. We are applying the condition given the question. I have solved it in the very basic approach of finding the divergence in radial vector field and then making it independent of r. The solution is clear and comprehensible. If you have any doubts or queries, please feel free to ask in the comments. That's all for this question. Thank you.